Welcome back to another Nancy Drew. This is the 6th game in the Nancy Drew series, Secret of the Scarlet Hand.
Welcome to my latest case, Secret of the Scarlet Hand. To start playing, choose either junior or senior detective. Dear Dad, greetings from the new deputy curator at Beach Hill Museum in Washington, D.C. I miss you, by the way. How's Africa? I sure hope this letter reaches you in Ouagadougou before you move on to Nairobi. So I got the internship. Your old friend Franklin Rose was awfully nice to submit my name to the rest of the members of the museum's board of directors. What an opportunity while I'm in between cases. As you probably know, the museum specializes in ancient Maya culture. My supervisor is going to be Joanna Riggs, a well-known archaeologist. Maybe you've seen her name in the news recently, in conjunction with the discovery of a strange Maya monolith. Apparently, it's created quite a buzz among experts in the field. Well, Beach Hill plans to feature the monolith in an upcoming exhibition. Just imagine, this artifact has been buried for hundreds of years, and now it's going to be unveiled to the public for the first time. The museum is short-staffed at the moment, and they're expecting such a huge turnout that they've closed their doors to prepare. I can hardly wait to dig into this exciting project and learn how archaeologists and historians solve the mysteries of ancient cultures. I'll keep you posted. Love, Nancy.
Nancy Drew, I presume. I'm Joanna Riggs. Welcome to Beach Hill. I was just checking the lock on this display case. This is one of the museum's most treasured pieces, a carving of King Pakal.
Who was King Pakal?
Pakal assumed the throne at age 12. Can you imagine? That was 615 A.D. He ruled for 68 years at the height of the Maya civilization.
Is that jade?
Yes, the Maya loved jade and used it for many of their carvings. There isn't another piece like this in the world, and it's priceless, which means I practically had to sell my own grandmother to get it.
How did the museum acquire it?
Leave it to Taylor Sinclair. He's a wizard when it comes to these deals. You'll meet him later.
Such a close-up.
Now then, Nancy, you're coming on board at a critical time for Beach Hill. An exhibit of this caliber is not kid stuff. Franklin Rose assures me you're a real trooper, and I hope he's right because I'm not here to babysit. I don't care who your father is.
Okay.
If there's one thing I've learned from my father, it's the value of hard work. Just tell me where to start.
There's a list of tasks for you in the lab. Once you've knocked those off, we'll regroup.
Got it.
Where's the rest of the staff around here?
We've had to make some, budget cutbacks, so we'll be relying heavily on our volunteer staff. Namely, you. Besides Henrik and me, the only people who will be around to pester you are Taylor Sinclair, my ace art dealer, and Alejandro Del Rio, attaché to the Mexican consulate and executive thorn in my side.
Tell me more about Alejandro Del Rio.
Ugh, wouldn't you rather hear about the monolith? It's a massive pillar of stone, nearly 1,500 years old with Maya glyphs carved into it. We've installed it in the garden. Wait until you see it.
Could you explain what a glyph is?
A glyph, as in hieroglyphic, is a picture that represents a word or an idea. Henrik is the human encyclopedia on the subject.
Oh boy.
How many glyphs are there in all?
Henrik can help you with that.
Who's Henrik?
Henrik Vanderheun, world-renowned expert in Maya hieroglyphics. He's the latest addition to the Beach Hill Brain Trust. I told him I don't even want to see his pointy Vander head till he's got a translation on that monolith.
Well, she is quite something, isn't she?
Thanks for the orientation, Joanna. I'll talk to you later.
Bye!
A major thorn in my side. Art in the Americas. An interview with Prudence Rutherford. Miss Rutherford, art appraiser, is thrilled to be featuring your fire ruby necklace in this month's issue. Please tell us about this extraordinary piece of jewelry. You had the necklace altered when you inherited, is that right? Yes, well, Hester's spirit was just a bit too overpowering in the necklace. I felt like I was going to be strangled whenever I wore it. So I decided to add a piece from my own family to balance out the energies and, you know, make it my own. Interesting, interesting.
Topeka Commission for the Arts. How cultured.
Oh, there's more. Ruffleton Rutherford. Who names their child Ruffleton? So this is a real Maya artifact? Yes, carved by real Maya hands. Isn't it just amazing to think how many more hands this piece has passed through on its way to 21st century Topeka? Oh my stars, it gives me goosebumps. Fascinating. Uh-oh, I think I left the stove on. Ooh. So hopefully this game has a lot of puzzles in it. I did hear that this game is a bit dialogue heavy, but we'll see. Hopefully not too much.
How are the tasks coming along?
I haven't seen the list yet.
Well, get cracking. The last deputy curator was like a tempest in a teapot around here. Caused me nothing but grief.
Who was this so-called Tempest?
I'll tell you about Sunny some other time.
I've got work to do.
Go
Sunny
to
June.
it.
Sunny June. He hasn't shown up yet in the games that we've played on this channel, but he is like a recurring character. Alrighty. What is this? Okay, audio. Traveler's Guide to the Museum. Interesting. Do I take it? No. A paper airplane. Beach Hill shall make 2 payments of $250,000, the first being paid upon execution of this contract, the second being paid 30 days after delivery of property. The loan of the monolith between Mexico and the museum. She has that just lying around, I guess. I already forgot where she said the list was. Oh, the metro. The hotel.
Good thing Franklin gave me the museum key.
Thanks, Franklin. Maybe in the hall she said it was in here? Ooh. Oh, I can actually go up in here? That's cool.
I need to find a temple key card. It's locked.
It's locked. Is it on the computer? No notebook in this game either. I like this statue. Employees. Did she say it was in the lab? Silvio's curatorial bonanza! Order ASAP. Bubble wrap and other packing supplies sale. Check voicemail often.
You have no voicemail. Press 9 for an outside line.
Oh, here we go. Sort out shards of pottery and reassemble pot at lab workstation. Yummy chocolates. Priority, bring addenda to monolith loan agreement to Alejandro. Okay, so we have to get his signature. Got it, we got that. Order the bubble wrap, packing tape, sticky labels, match recorded narrations to appropriate displays in the main exhibition hall. You'll need headphones for this. Reorder Maya numbering exhibit in the main exhibition hall. Sunny was here!
I haven't finished that task.
Okay, so we have to find Alejandro. Knob. Property of Sunny June. No Cocoa Kringle for you, buddy. Notes, 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 notes. I hate that bowl game. It's all random, or is it? Choosing when I pass, when the computer passes. 4 pieces of corn different than dice. Try Pascal's triangle. 1 and 3, frequency of 4. 2. Aliens did it. To Mexico. Artifacts. Alejandro rocks. Yay! The Beach Hill gang. Blah blah blah. Stop losing my things. Blah blah blah. Stop breaking my stuff. Quit daydreaming. Get to work, Sunny! What she got up her sleeve? Hurricane Sunny, yeah! Saw Sinclair the other day. Warning, never look directly at Sinclair's tie. Ooh, that audio narration thingy is gonna be so much work. Haha, luckily, old Hurricane Sunny managed to borrow Joanna's notes for this project. Note to self, must distract Joanna only after her coffee break. Okay, let's see. Garden, temple, must surf web, sigh, sure wish the lab had a computer. I just have to check out the latest alien adventure games. www.justadventure.com. If only someone would make a game about the Maya and toss in some alien UFOs, of course. This museum gig is such a boring job. Sunny's latest adventure game is #1, Temple in the City. Uh-oh, Joanna found out about the stinky cheese incident. Big trouble now. I wonder who ratted out on me. Must have been that Cocoa Bandit. Whoops, I hear Storm and Joanna coming over. Better hide this. We finally get the Sunny June lore. Cocoa Kringle, yummy crunchy cocoa latte. Now with 79.5 less fat. It's very cow. We got the periodic table that we might need. This is the spectro analyzer receptacle. Just scan out. Oh, there's a person in here.
You must be Nancy, the new deputy curator. I'm Henrik Vanderheun.
Okay.
That's right, I'm Nancy. Joanna tells me you're translating the glyphs on the Palenque monolith.
Yes, it's quite a project. The opportunity of a lifetime for me.
Why are you wearing that mask?
Oh, these dusty old artifacts are murder on my allergies. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Did you know the deputy curator who was here before me?
Hurricane Sunny? I'm afraid I did. If he wasn't losing paperwork or setting off the fire alarm, he was cornering our visitors with his theory that the Maya were abducted by aliens. I'm afraid you'll be cleaning up his messes for a while.
You know, he might have been onto something.
I'm curious about your work. How do you go about translating a glyph anyway?
It can be a complicated process, involving research, piecing lots of different elements together, and a healthy dose of guesswork.
So there isn't a definitive dictionary of Maya glyphs where you can look things up?
Oh, I'm afraid not. You see, glyphs are so intricate and full of subtleties that multiple meanings may be embedded in a single glyph. So 3 distinct-looking glyphs may all translate to mean sunshine, roughly, but with different nuances. There is so much we still don't know. Lucky for me, I guess, or I'd be out of a job.
What is the Spectro X Archeo analyzer for?
It's used for identifying chemical compounds that are found on artifacts, traces of ink, blood, charcoal, and other substances. The beauty of the machine is that it can collect these traces without damaging the artifact in any way. But it cost us a fortune, so don't fiddle with it unless you get Joanna's permission.
Okay.
Joanna turned me loose without too many instructions. Do you have any advice for me?
Well, as you've probably heard, the museum is closed in preparation for the exhibit, so you'll have free run of the place. Please explore. The sooner you get to know your way around, the better. Think of the lab as your home base, your center of communications. Anyone who wants to get in touch with you will leave a note or a voicemail here, so check in often. I'm very busy with my work, so you're going to have to be pretty independent, but I suspect you wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, we're pretty independent.
See you around, Henrik.
Will do.
Don't go fiddling around.
It looks like some pieces are missing.
Buy milk for the museum. A radio. Okay, we got the ham radio instruction manual and also Morse code. Chaco Canyon Cultural Center. Sheila Schultz.
It's locked. It's locked. It's locked.
No, it won't be locked for long with me around. Alright, so we have to find some more pieces. Maybe like 2 or 3. So we have to go find them. What's in here? Shipping and receiving. This is where he said, oh, the narrator thing. We have to switch them around and we need headphones. What else is in here? Ooh, boxes. Locked boxes. Interesting, interesting. Sunny stuff. Ooh. Cool, cool. More locked things. And... okay. What is down here? Okay. Is this a puzzle? The Rutherford slab. This is cool. Wow. Okay. So is there a piece somewhere in here?
Interesting.
Oh. Footsteps. Why? Why?
Nancy
Oh,
Drew,
geez.
or should I say, Detective Drew. I'm Sinclair.
Sir, why would you sneak up on me? Also, I guess we're not supposed to look at his tie, but it's hard not to because it's a very interesting pattern.
Who told you I was a detective?
I was at a meeting with the BOD recently, and I caught wind of your appointment and your credentials. Very impressive, if I do say so myself.
Thank you.
The BOD?
That would be the board of directors, those cranky old cats. They do keep the ducks squared away around here, I'll give them that.
Those
so,
cranky
how's
old
this for a
cats.
specimen? Ever seen $1 million worth of rock before?
Do diamonds count?
Ouch. Well, they did say you were sharp. Seriously, though, thank goodness you're here. I'm afraid the museum may be in terrible jeopardy.
Oh no, is there something I can do?
Joanna told me to butt out, but I'm so fond of Beach Hill, I just hate to see it fall prey to scoundrels.
Not the scoundrels.
What scoundrels?
It's a sensitive subject. Meet me in my office later and I'll explain everything then.
You've got me worried. Can't we talk now?
Just meet me later. 707 Bing Cherry Boulevard. I've got to go. Enjoy your first day at Beach Hill.
Okay, sir. Ooh.
Looks like this side is missing a part. This side looks damaged.
Interesting. I love museums. Don't you? They're great. I love that humans are preserving things from history. Oh, a tile. Oh, and it wraps around. Okay, cool. All right. So we still need to find the other pieces. Can I take one of these headphones? Oh wait, do I go behind here?
The knob is missing.
Oh, I have that. Oh, Sunny June, you silly, silly scoundrel. Ooh. Oh. Finding the Maya. I need a notebook. Okay, so the Mayan glyph for road. And now we have a key card. So now we just need to find that other piece. Would it be in her office?
How are the tasks coming along?
I'm not sure what to do with those shards of pottery in the lab.
Henrik can help you with that.
I've got work to do.
Carpe diem.
Carpe diem. I mean, I feel like it's just gotta be up in the temple then. Oh, and now we have a key card, so. Oh, I found it! Haha, I'm so smart. And now we have a key card so we can get in here as well. Oh, oh, do I have to match? Okay, I don't know those yet. All right, we will come back to that. Can I use the key card on this? No.
There, now I can start putting this together.
Sunny June, you're so silly. Can I rotate?
That's done.
Woohoo! I feel like it would be pretty interesting working at a museum. Check. Order the bubble wrap, packing tape, and sticky labels. We have to call Silvio.
Silvio's Curatorial Bonanza.
Silvio's Curatorial Bonanza. I'd like to place
I'd like
an
to
order.
place an order, please.
Have you ordered from us before?
Yes, I think so. We have an account number.
Okay, good. That saves me a lot of paperwork. What's the account number?
BH119K.
BH119K? Beach Hill? Are you serious?
You sound surprised. I guess you were expecting Sunny June?
I was expecting Beach Hill to settle its accounts with me about 6 months ago. I've sent all 6 of the outstanding invoices to a collection agency. And you jokers won't get another packing peanut out of Silvio Jr. ever. Do not call here again.
T. Okay, well, we can't order. Guess we'll do the narrations next. Beach Hill, we are down on money for sure.
The Maya used different methods to represent numbers. Here is an example of the numbers from 0 to 19 from
Okay, maybe I should listen to them in order and then pair them up. 15.
I am Lord Pakal, ruler of the mighty kingdom of Palenque.
Okay, 1 is Lord Bacall. 2.
Lady Zach Cook ruled Palenque before her son ascended the throne in 615 CE. This gave her the power to justify the new royal lineage.
Good for her. Girl boss.
The Maya were pantheistic, believing in many gods who ruled over different aspects of Maya life.
Okay.
Ceramic bowls, such as the one featured in this exhibit, may have been used as vessels for burnt offerings. Archaeologists work in some of the most remote areas of the world. Ham radios are often the only means of contacting the outside world.
Although the geographic range of Maya cities is well known, it is difficult to determine the range of Maya influence.
The Maya used different methods to represent numbers.
Oh, yes.
Here is an example.
Maya scribes
Halfway.
recorded the official history of the kings and queens,
Scribes.
but very little.
All right, 9.
In addition to adorning themselves with jewelry and costumes, the Maya shaped their bodies to heighten their beauty. Beads were dangled in front of infants' faces to encourage crossed eyes, a trait considered attractive to the Maya.
I did not know that. Don't you just love learning things with Nancy Drew?
The Maya ball game was a religious activity as well as a spectator sport.
Ritualized bloodletting was a common practice among the Maya. In this panel, 3 captives wear garments associated with bloodletting.
The Maya were particularly fascinated with twins, and many of the Maya gods were paired together. The date on this slab uses the Tzolk'in, or divine calendar.
Strange, supernatural creatures, sometimes called monsters, played an important role in Maya mythology.
Last
The
one.
Maya kings were often in a protracted state of war with local kahals. Here, Bird Jaguar stands to the right as a captured lord kneels at his feet.
Okay, so now we must go look at the exhibits and match them up. We'll start at the front. Is it? Oh. So how do I know? Did I just? Okay, I just took that. How do I know which one's A, B, C, D? Yes, okay. So, gotta write this down. Write this down! Sunny June coming in clutch. This might be the range of influence, but I'm not positive.
It's locked.
This one is the ham radio for sure. Offerings. Ooh, I should also write that down. Lots of notes already that they were Pantheistic. Lord Pakal. I'm not sure. Oh no, this one's the pantheistic one. Scribes, okay. The number system. This is N. Ball game. G is the body reshaping. Oh, okay, I think also I have to go out into the other area too. Okay, so the first one is J. This is the slab of the divine calendar. I believe this is K. The war and the bird jaguar. And that might have been H. And where's K? Monsters. 3 captives, bloodletting, I think. I'm just gonna refine my notes a little bit. Oh, okay. See, I wasn't seeing this one because I was like, where is it on the map? But here it is. So this is the vision serpent with the 4 gods clinging to it. Okay, so this is K. Okay, got it. So the one about his mom, Lady Zakuk, is M. So then E is just the one about Lord Pakal. Got it. And then I believe the offerings up here are the ceramic bowls. Yes, okay. So then that leaves that other one over here, the range of influence, which I stole from. So A should be 5, B 8, C should be 14, D is 7, E is 1, 6, G is 9, H is 15, I should be 3, J is 13.
There, that looks like it's in order.
Alright, well I don't need to go through the rest. Alrighty. So we did that. Check. Reorder the numbering exhibit in the main exhibition hall. It feels like we're actually an intern. Oh, another symbol. Alright, so the numbering exhibit is over here. And then I have to reorder it. Was this in his notes? No, not in here. Oh, wait, I didn't realize I could go this way.
It's locked.
Oh. Boo. Yeah, I don't think I can solve that yet. Should we go to a different location? I guess we could go to our hotel. Interesting hotel room. And we can go to sleep if we need to. What? It's 1:15 a.m. Oh, we have phone. Bess and Franklin Rose, but we can't call Ned in this game? Oh wait, I have the floppy disk. Togo! Dad's friend Franklin Rose asked me to volunteer as an assistant curator at the Beach Hill Museum. Museum is preparing an exhibit on the ancient civilization. Oh, these are my notes. Oh, so it's like my little notepad, but it's on my computer. Met my boss. She showed me the museum's prized possession. Need to bring papers about the monolith to the Mexican consulate. Yes. Why is everyone's phone prefixes 555? Strange. Because in every Nancy Drew game, it's 555. Found Sunny's diskette. Information on the diskette may help me with my tasks. Be sure to check in with Bess and George.
I need a disk.
This is a floppy disk, right? Oh, did I put it in? Enter your password. Okay, I don't have a password yet.
Hello?
Hey, Bess, it's me, Nancy. What's new?
It's pouring rain. George and I are in the middle of a heated game of Go Fish, and I'm winning. Don't believe a word she says, Nancy. Last hand, I made mincemeat out of her. Anyway, we don't want to make you homesick. How's the internship going?
So far, so good. There's a lot of excitement about the upcoming exhibit, especially since we have the Palenque monolith.
The who?
The monolith. It's a giant block of stone recently excavated from a cave near Palenque in Mexico. Apparently, it's a very big deal. They think it's 1,500 years old.
So, have you seen it? This, monolith?
Yeah, it's humongous. Must weigh a ton.
Like how big? As big as a refrigerator?
Maybe Bigfoot's refrigerator.
Sorry, Nancy, but how would a person tell this monolith apart from, say, some other big rock?
Well, for one thing, it has Maya glyphs carved into it.
Glyphs?
Pictures that represent words or ideas, also known as logographs. Joanna says the glyphs might be a message from King Pakal.
What kind of message?
We don't know yet. Henrik Vanderheun, Beach Hill's epigrapher, is working on a translation.
Who was King Pakal?
He's considered one of the great Maya rulers. He reigned at the height of the Maya civilization.
Well, Nancy, you're sounding very curatorial.
Very curatorial indeed. We've been worried that you would be a little bored without a mystery to solve, but it sounds like your brain will have plenty to chew on.
The whole Maya culture is a mystery to me at the moment. The last thing I'm going to be is bored. I'm sure of that.
Speaking of kings, this card game's not over yet, Beth.
Yes, well, I hope you've got plenty of bait for your fishing pole, dear cousin.
Okay, you two. I'll call back later.
Call back soon.
Yeah, and good luck.
Dear cousin.
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose.
May I speak to Franklin Rose, please?
Who may I say is calling?
This is Nancy Drew.
Just a minute, please.
Nancy, great to hear from you. How's the internship treating you? Are Joanna and Henrik showing you the ropes?
So far, so good, I think. There's a lot of work to do before we launch this exhibit, but somehow we'll pull it off.
Glad to hear you're settling in. I'm off to a meeting, but feel free to call me if you have any questions.
Thanks, Mr. Rose.
That's what I'm here for.
Let's go to the consulate. Pamphlets. Art collectors, dealers, and curators. Typically, legal transfer of ownership happens either as a sale, an inheritance, or a gift. Documents are important means of establishing artwork's authenticity, as well as confirming the legality of its ownership.
How may I help you?
Hi, I'm Nancy Drew, the new deputy curator over at Beach
Speaking
Hill.
Spanish.
So, you're Joanna Riggs' newest pirate in training. How does it feel to join the ranks with the modern-day conquistadors?
I beg your pardon, but how does a deputy curator become a pirate in your book?
You had better brush up on your history, young lady. When the Spanish explorers invaded Mexico, they became known as the conquistadors, or conquerors. They robbed the indigenous peoples of their wealth, not just their gold, but their artwork, their sacred objects. Anything they did not steal, they burned to the ground.
Alejandro, I understand that many crimes were committed in the name of exploration, but that was hundreds of years ago. What does this have to do with Beach Hill?
There is more. In the 19th century, archaeologists discovered the ruins of ancient civilizations predating even the Aztecs. Many of the dig sites were robbed, and the stolen artifacts were sold off to art museums and collectors around the world. Today, finally, it is illegal among most civilized nations to remove an artifact from its native country. But sadly, there are thousands of precious antiquities with highly questionable provenance floating around the Western world.
But Joanna only wants to display this artwork, to celebrate it, so the public will be able to enjoy it and learn about your people's great talents and achievements.
If the American public wants to see our art, they should come to Mexico.
Silly Nancy.
Is there any way to identify the stolen artifacts?
An artifact's provenance is the story of its origin and ownership. For example, how it made its way from a temple at Chichen Itza to a museum in Washington, D.C. If the artifact's provenance reveals that it has been stolen, then that artifact must be returned to the country of its origin.
Then the relics at Beach Hill must all be legitimate, right?
No, not at all. Provenance documents are often tampered with or forged to cover up the theft. Because of this, thefts continue and a great deal of art is moved on the black market even today. Unethical art dealers and greedy museum curators do nothing to stop this.
Nancy, are you not understanding what he's saying?
And to you, these people are no better than pirates, is that right?
If Joanna Riggs or that overstuffed pillowhead Sinclair had any decency, they would take measures to see that all Maya artifacts were returned to Mexico at once where they belong.
Well, I think I'll have to chew on some of these issues for a while, Alejandro. In the meantime, I do need you to sign off on these changes to the loan agreement for the monolith. Do you mind?
I am still not happy that such a rare find will have its debut exhibition on American soil. But in my country too, there are people for whom money talks. I will take those documents now.
Yeah, this is above my pay grade, so I'm just...
Thank
I
you.
can't do anything.
I have some business with Joanna at the museum later, so I will return the contract to her then, after I have looked it over.
Are you sure? I don't mind waiting.
You may consider your mission accomplished.
Well, okay then.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Why did Mexico choose to lend the monolith to Beach Hill and not some other museum?
Joanna Riggs outbid everyone. I had no idea a small museum like Beach Hill could afford such an expensive arrangement.
I don't think we could because we're having money issues.
Do you consider Henrik a conquistador, along with Joanna Riggs and Sinclair?
Henrik is a student of my culture and my heritage. I'm not trying to buy and sell it. We don't agree on everything, especially not baseball. But I have nothing against him.
Especially not
get back
baseball.
to the museum.
Adios, Nancy.
That was a very specific thing to say. This is a reminder to drink your water. Ooh. Interesting.
It's about time! Oh, my fears are like maggots infesting my poor old carcass.
Ew.
Want a cookie? They're from Oaxaca.
I want a cookie. I'm trying to cut back.
But I'm trying to cut back. Now, what's going on?
The art world is being ransacked, Nancy. Prudence Rutherford, a major patron of the arts, had her fire ruby necklace stolen from her villa in Topeka.
Oh,
2
no.
weeks later, a whole display case full of rare Maya artifacts was heisted from a museum in New Mexico.
Did Beach Hill do that? Was that Joanna?
Do you think there's a connection between the two thefts?
Who knows? I'm just telling you, this community, our friends and colleagues, my people are being systematically trounced by thugs. Who's to say Beach Hill won't be next? You've got to do something.
Doesn't Beach Hill have a security system in place?
The museum has a basic alarm system, but it's not exactly state-of-the-art. I've urged Joanna to approach the board about making some security upgrades, but she just keeps saying that the timing isn't right to ask for money.
I understand your concern, but what can I do to help?
We need your eagle eyes. We need your bat ears. We need you to sniff out the stink of trouble.
I'll do my best, but it sounds like what you really need is a new breed of police dog.
Don't play modest mouse with me.
Okay, no more flattery. Hey, that's an interesting piece, there by your desk. Something tells me it's not a Maya artifact.
How about that rubber shark? The artist's name is Poppy Dada. She's a teenager in South Dakota. The art world is going bananas over her stuff. I'll unload that one for some serious dinero.
Okay, I don't like him. I know he's just in it for the money.
Joanna says you performed an act of wizardry in helping Beach Hill acquire the Pakal carving.
Getting those provenance docs together was a pig and a half. Oh, they're on the up and up, I assure you. But to have been at the height of my career back before the crackdown, those were the days.
What crackdown?
Maybe sometime I'll tell you a sad story I call How Mexico Lost Its Sense of Humor. Not today, though, Nancy.
Alejandro says you're unethical, a modern-day conquistador, that you're robbing Mexico of its cultural history.
And I say Alejandro is the real bully of the playground, a lunch money extortionist who loves nothing more than to see the other boys and girls go hungry.
When you sell a piece of art, What kind of commission do you get?
That's a good question.
Standard, 10%. It's no king's ransom, unless of course you sell something for $1 million. Too bad I'm not allowed to put that monolith on the market, huh?
I'd better get going.
Thanks for stopping by.
The only good thing about you is your tie. Okay, so we did that. And the last thing is the numbering the exhibit in the main exhibition hall. Is there a thing in here about the password to his little floppy disk? Oh! What'd I do?
Beach Hill's been hit. Sit tight, Nancy. The police are on their way.
Okay. I was not expecting that. Oh no!
I should talk to Joanna before I touch anything.
The Scarlet Hand! Ah!
Someone has cooked up my worst nightmare and served it to me on a plate.
Man, Cocoa Kringle and cookies, and now talking about serving stuff on a plate. I'm hungry. Hold on, I need a snack.
I'd like to have a look at the crime scene myself. Did the police turn up any clues?
The police took some samples for the crime lab, but they couldn't promise any overnight results. So if you want to put your little magnifying glass up to the scene, it's fine with me.
I will.
What were their initial findings?
Who knows? Right now, my priority is to get a move on this insurance claim.
Insurance claim? What if it was staged and nothing actually happened? And that's why she's like, who knows? I don't know what their findings were.
Can you explain how you want me to reorder that Maya numbering exhibit?
Check with Henrik on that.
Why did you become a museum curator?
I became a curator because I want to help make artifacts available to as many people as possible. That's all that matters, isn't it? Unless you're Alejandro Del Rio.
When did Henrik come on board?
I got an email from him one day saying he heard the news about Beach Hill getting the monolith. He said he'd drop everything to come here and translate those glyphs. He was even willing to take a pay cut. What could I say except giddy up, you're hired.
Giddy up, you're hired.
Where was he working before?
At the Chaco Canyon Cultural Center in New Mexico.
Do you think Alejandro would go to extreme measures, like stealing, to reclaim Mexico's artifacts?
Who knows?
I've got work to do.
Go to it.
Time to put our little magnifying glass up. Doesn't seem like anything else was left. Oh, can we use this thingy? So it analyzes blood and junk?
I shouldn't be messing around with this without permission.
Okay, guess we'll have to ask for permission then.
Have you seen Henrik? I found a piece of paper inside the Pakal display case. It had some glyphs on it and a print of a red hand. I'm hoping he can give me a translation.
What am I, fish food? Henrik's not the only one around here who can read a glyph, you know.
Sorry, Joanna. I thought I was supposed to go to Henrik with all my glyph questions.
The police showed me the note. It said, "The magician suffers yellow death," whatever that means. Apparently, the thief just couldn't come up with the glyphs for "the curator suffers flaming purple disgrace."
Magician suffers yellow death.
I'm curious about the red handprint the thief left. Does it have any significance in Maya culture?
Afraid I can't help you there. What I want to know is what the hand was printed with. It's obviously not finger paint. Why don't you do a little analysis on it in the lab?
I haven't seen Henrik since the theft. Where do you think he could be?
Who knows?
She says who knows a lot. Obviously, you don't know. Maybe I just go for it. Insert sample. Start.
Okay, I've got a graph of the chemical used for the handprint. Now I've got to match it up with a known substance.
Match.
That's it.
HGS.
I should take the handprint with me.
Okay, so now we go to the periodic table.
According to this chart, Hg stands for mercury. S stands for sulfur. So the handprint was made from mercury and sulfur. I did the chemical analysis you suggested. That red hand was printed with a compound containing mercury and sulfur. Does that mean anything to you?
Sure, cinnabar. The Maya would rub it into their most important carvings to add definition to the artist's lines.
Where would a person get a supply of cinnabar?
We use cinnabar here at the museum the same way the Maya did, to keep things as authentic as possible. Henrik orders those kinds of supplies, but we've been out of stock for quite a while. The last I heard, there was some kind of holdup with the distributor.
I've got work to do.
Carpe diem.
Carpe diem. This mercuric sulfide. Keep it real restoration. I'm definitely enjoying this one more than the previous game just because I feel like there's more puzzle solving and thinking involved.
You have voicemail. Press 0 to retrieve messages.
Nancy, hi. It's Franklin Rose. I'm calling because it's just... This theft is very bad news for the museum. You can't imagine the limb we went out on to acquire that Pakal carving. It's been one of the museum's main attractions. I don't want to take you away from your internship, but if you can do a little investigating, well, I think I speak for the whole board when I say we'd be very grateful. Give me a call when you have a chance. And Nancy, thanks.
To replay messages, press 0. Press 9 for an outside...
Keep it real. Max speaking.
Hi, I'm the new deputy curator over at Beach Hill Museum. I wonder if you could answer a couple of questions for me about our ordering history.
Well, hello there, Beach Hill. Hey, you're not Sunny June. Whatever happened to that guy? I suppose he caught a ride on a flying saucer, huh? What a riot. I'm sorry. Anyway, you don't need to reorder, do you? Unless you ate last week's shipment for breakfast, that is.
Do you know who placed that order?
The initials on the order are JR.
You're sure it was last week?
Oh, that's what it says here.
Was the package shipped to the museum?
Oh? Oops, I guess we didn't ship it at all. It looks like the package was picked up here at the warehouse.
So there hasn't been a holdup at the distributor or anything like that?
Hold up? Oh, I don't know where you heard that. We've got enough mercuric sulfide in-house to sink a ship.
Can you remember anything about the person who picked up the package?
I sure can't. Guess I must have been at lunch or something.
Well, thanks for your help.
Sure thing. I hope there wasn't any problem with the stuff, was there? We only used a top-grade mercuric sulfide.
Judging by the impression it left, I'd have to agree that the quality was fine.
Well, you sound a little green in the chemicals department, if you don't mind my saying so. I hope you know that mercuric sulfide is highly toxic. Makes you crazy.
Well, I have heard that mercury poisoning can cause hallucinations and other symptoms of psychosis.
Looks like I've got another call coming in here. You give us a call in about 4 months or so when you start to run out, okie doke? And don't forget to keep it real.
Keep it real. Alright, I guess we'll call Franklin.
Nancy, hello. Do you have any news?
The thief left a message in glyphs. According to Joanna, the translation is, "The magician suffers yellow death." What in the world could that mean?
Oh, Nancy, you zero in on a case like a heat-seeking missile, don't you? I feel so much better knowing you're going to follow up on every lead. I'll help in any way I can.
Well, you didn't answer my question.
Thanks, Mr. Rose.
That's what I'm here for.
Useless. Henrik is missing. What if he was kidnapped? I don't know what the password is. I feel like some Cocoa Kringle. Ding ding! Yeah! Stuff to do? Convomatic narrations. JR, Joanna, It's hounding me to get this done, but I can't keep all of them straight. Headphones will figure out what's playing on the display. Oh! He just gives all the answers. Stuff to remember. Dots, bars, and gods. Sunnies, I'd rather be counting sheep. Guide to the Maya number system. Oh, okay. 0 looks like a turtle shell, but no turtle. 1 dot is 1, 2 dots, 2, etc. 1 bar is 5, so 2 bars is 2 by 5 or 10. Picture this, each dot is an individual fingerprint, greasy from spicy wontons. Why is this game making me so hungry? And the bar represents the whole hand, like a set of 5 fingers. A bar with a dot next to it, 5 plus 1 is 6, so 3 bars and a dot, 16, yes? Bars are usually vertical up and down, dots should be to the left of the bars. Here's the catch. If it doesn't look exactly like a dot or bar, it doesn't count. Squigglies, ovals, incomplete dots, crooked bars, chocolate bars, mini stars, horseshoes, shamrocks, diamonds, half moons, scribbles, dribbles. Lucky Charms reference, maybe? None of these count. Also, the Maya often put decorative marks next to their numbers, so just ignore anything that's not a bar and or dot. I repeat, anything that doesn't look like a plain old dot or bar is out. Easy as sleeping on the job, right? Not quite. Some gods also represent numbers. They're pretty tough to pick out at first, but they'll grow on you just like mold on cheese. I love Sunny. I don't even really know much about him. 1 Hun has fish lips, a really big nose, and a set of good teeth. Okay, wow, this is a lot. Now this is when laziness comes into play and I take a picture. Alrighty. Stuff to forget. System login. Ooh. Pass space baby. Temple quizzes. I can't figure out the answer to the level 2 quiz question about the matchmaker and Henrik isn't speaking to me right now. He's way too touchy about that old ham radio. So either I'm blind as a bat and can't find the exhibit that has the answer, or we just never put it in. Details. Joanna has no help on this, so I'll just have to wait for the horde of visitors getting very frustrated with this question once we open the museum. I'll let Henrik deal with the trauma. Came up with a great question for a level 3, but Henrik hates it. Once I get some time, I'll make an exhibit for this. Just don't know where I can get my hands on one. I wonder if Joanna will spring a trip for me to go down to Guatemala? Stuff to work on. Dissertation topic. The demise of the ancient Maya, drought, plague, or UFO. Why and how did Maya civilization disappear so quickly? Maya were sophisticated astronomers. Were they trying to achieve space travel? Civilizations like the Maya and Inca believed to have contact with extraterrestrials. Were the temples actually control towers? Research. 20th cartist Manuel Mendoza and a spaceship motif. Research claims that Maya disappearance on Earth was due to departure for other worlds. Research claims that many flying saucers sighted today are being piloted by Maya elders. Oh, sunny June. Okay, so I can figure out the number system now. Alright, so am I doing it just lowest to highest? This little symbol, these symbols don't mean anything because he said ignore anything that's not a bar or dot, or not a god, I suppose. So, turtle shell, 0. And then this would be 1. And then we get into... I'll first order these, and then I'll get into what the gods are. So, the gods also represent numbers. 1 Hoon has fish lips, a really big nose, and a set of good teeth. Fish lips. None of these look like fish lips. Wait, are we ignoring these two? So these don't count as anything? Two Ka has a big hat with 5 fingers and a semi-oval in it. 3 Ox looks like a doctor. This one, I think. 4 Khan has her tongue sticking out. 5 Ho has wrinkles and a fancy hat. No. Is this a fancy hat? Maybe. But this is also 5, so maybe not. 6. Walk wears an eye patch with an X in it. Okay, this is 6. 9. Bologna has a beard or acne. It could be either of these, I guess. 13. Olahum has a T on the cheek. Okay, this is 13. So 13 is after 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, I didn't realize these have... Okay. 14, Kalahoon. 15, Hulahoon. 16, Waklahoon. 17, Waklahoon. 18, blah 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 blah. All look like the original numbers put with the removable jaw of Lahoon. So this is a removable jaw. 2, Ka has a big hat with 5 fingers. So this might be it with the big hat. 9 has a beard or acne. I feel like this might be it. 8, 9.
That looks right.
I got it. Check. Did all of that. Awesome. Guess we just report back to our supervisor.
Need something?
I've got work to do.
Semper ubi sabubi.
Excuse me? I guess she doesn't care if we finish all of our things.
Do you know much about Maya glyphs?
You've got me there. I know Spanish, English, Portuguese, and several indigenous languages, including the Quiche and Nahuatl, but I have yet to learn the language of glyphs.
Have you heard? The Pakal carving was stolen from the museum.
Well, I heard the alarms going off, but it wasn't until Henry called me that I heard the news.
How'd you hear the alarms going off? From all the way across town.
You don't sound very concerned about all of this.
I was running late. I just figured somebody tripped a wire and I kept going. Whew.
I'll need to alert the police so they can ask you some questions.
I have diplomatic immunity, so I do not have to answer any questions. But I will, because I have nothing to hide.
Oh, I guess he was dropping off the paper, and that's why he had heard the alarms.
Don't you care about the disappearance of such a rare Maya artifact?
That artifact was lost to me as soon as it left Mexican soil. So my friend Pakal goes underground for a while until he is sold again. Suddenly, he turns up in Amsterdam or Hong Kong. Unless he is rightfully repatriated to Mexico, what's the difference?
Do you know what cinnabar is?
The red powder that the Maya used? Sure, I know it. They use it at Beach Hill too, do they not?
They do use it at the museum, but Joanna told me they haven't been able to get any in a while.
What is your point?
I think Joanna may have been less than truthful with me.
Have you called the police?
I don't want to jump to conclusions.
Of course. Sister Joanna couldn't possibly be a thief now, could she?
Why is she
I
Sister
should get
Joanna?
back to the museum.
Yes, you should.
Yes, you should get back to work, sir. You're not off the hook just yet.
It's a fiasco, just as I feared. Oh, I'm sick about the whole thing.
Yes, your fears seem to have been quite visionary.
I was in the museum when it happened.
Of course you were in the museum.
Have you spoken to the police?
I told them everything I know. I mean, I coughed up my brains right there on the table.
So, do you think this is linked to the thefts in Topeka and New Mexico?
That awful red hand was left on Prudence Rutherford's jewelry box in Topeka and on the display case in the museum in New Mexico. What's the chance they're not connected?
Do you know Prudence Rutherford personally?
Oh, we saw each other at functions now and then. Poor Prudence. She adored that necklace.
Functions.
What's the name of the museum in New Mexico?
The Chaco Canyon Cultural Center. They had a beautiful collection up there, worth a bundle, too. I appraised some pieces for them a few years back.
Why do you think the thief is leaving this red handprint?
To be a gruesome scoundrel?
The Pakal thief's glyph message translates to, "The magician suffers yellow death." What in the world do you think that means?
You've got me there.
Your tie is yellow.
I'd better get going.
Thanks for stopping by.
Maybe we should call Bess and George.
No peeking at my cards, George. Hello?
Hey, Beth, it's me, Nancy.
Hey, Nancy. How's life at the museum?
Everything was going great until someone broke into a display case and stole one of the museum's most valuable artifacts. A jade carving of King Pakal.
A theft? When? How?
Who are your suspects?
Do you have any clues?
Easy, ladies. Let's just say that so far, I have more questions than I do answers. But don't worry, I'm on the case.
There goes your low-key internship.
Honestly, Nancy, it never will cease to amaze me how one girl can cross paths with so much trouble.
Well, we also caused some trouble too, so.
I don't know what to make of Alejandro Del Rio, the attaché to the Mexican consulate.
What's his connection to Beach Hill?
Right now, he's negotiating the monolith loan agreement between Mexico and the museum.
And what's your confusion? Something to do with dashing good looks, I hope.
Well, he is a little bit handsome, but he also seems very angry about all the Mexican antiquities his country has lost over the years.
How have they been lost?
They've been taken by explorers and archaeologists and smugglers. I guess the laws have only recently changed to protect Mexico's rights to its own antiquities.
Well, it sounds like he has a legitimate gripe.
Yes, but I got the feeling he would do just about anything to get an artifact returned to Mexico.
What do you mean, anything?
That's what I'm not sure of.
Well, let's hope he's just a big talker and not a bona fide vigilante.
Ever since the theft, I haven't been able to find Henrik anywhere.
That's odd. Has anyone else seen him?
If they have, they sure aren't telling me.
Nancy, do you think he's the thief?
I can't imagine that.
Maybe he's just an accomplice. Maybe he loosened security somehow to make the thief's job easier.
It's possible, but Henrik seems to care so much about his work. Why would he want to hurt the museum?
Maybe he cares a little too much.
She's right, Nancy. I'd give him the 3rd degree if I were you. Whenever he shows up again, that is.
Taylor Sinclair and Alejandro Del Rio have both earned a place on my suspect list.
Why?
Both admitted to being in the building at the time when the alarm went off.
Did they act defensive about it?
Not really. They both act as though they have nothing to hide.
Do you think they could be working together?
Judging by Alejandro's opinion of Taylor, I highly doubt it. But then again, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, like in the 10th grade when Bess turned purple in the middle of her class presentation on greenhouse gases.
George, would you kindly put a sock in it?
Somehow, Joanna has gotten the museum into some financial hot water.
How'd she do that?
Yeah, and how hot's the water?
Boiling.
It's all very vague. I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. I mean, maybe she just overextended the budget a little in her effort to acquire the best artifacts for the museum, but
even if her intentions were good,
she may be feeling a little desperate to make some money back quickly.
Desperate enough to steal the Pakal carving, sell it on the black market, and collect the insurance on it too?
That's what I
I
was
know
thinking.
she loves the museum. Who knows what she'd do if she were afraid of losing her job?
she's a suspect.
Definitely a suspect.
Why would the thief keep leaving that awful red handprint at every crime scene?
Talk about a creepy trademark.
Oh, I'm just glad I haven't seen it. With my sensitive psyche, that type of thing is like a 10-year warranty for nightmares.
Does it have any meaning in Maya culture?
Not that I know of.
Well, somebody ought to know. You're surrounded by experts in Maya culture, for gosh sakes.
But maybe it doesn't mean anything at all. Maybe the thief just thinks it's glamorous.
Sure. I mean, who really wants anonymity after all? Thieves have to have style. Something to set them apart, right?
It's not just any old villain that gets a book deal these days.
Detective Drew, requesting hint, please.
Don't you think it's a little suspicious that you haven't seen Henrik since the theft?
Better check in at the lab and see if he's left any forwarding address.
I'll talk to you later, ladies.
Watch out for stale cookies!
Watch out for stale cookies. Like the cookies that Sinclair has? Did he leave anything behind? Oh, what are these? Nancy, something's come up and I'll be gone for a bit. Your mission in the meantime. Run through the temple activities to verify that all questions can be answered based on info available elsewhere in the museum. We don't want a little rascal rebellion on our hands when the exhibit opens, now do we? Be back ASAP, thanks, Henrik. Nancy, the police called. They want me to go down to the station for further questioning. Something about an anonymous tip. Do I have time for this? No. Hold down the fort while I'm gone, will you please? I left my office open if you need anything. Be back soon. We can snoop. Is this always here? What is she examining? Mayan cities. So, okay, so this cultural museum from San Francisco shipped all of this to Beach Hill. Ceramic bowl, carving, figurine, grinding tools. Go cats! Is there anything else to look at? Ooh, drawer. A type of key. Ooh, file cabinets. Oh.
Who knew one piece of jade could have so much history?
Alright, so this is the Providence docks that he was talking about, like the history of all the buying and selling. Site of excavation unknown, year of excavation unknown. Given by Rupert Starr to the Serpentine Gallery in Los Angeles. Sold. Sold by Serpentine to Felix and Miranda Peterson in Connecticut. Sold at an auction by Peterson to Beach Hill Museum in 1993. Rupert Starr hereby transfers title of the Pakal carving to the Serpentine Gallery. Sold to Felix. Dear Taylor, as you may have heard, my longtime clients Felix and Miranda Peterson both passed away this summer in the heat wave. Felix was 89, Miranda was 91, and by all accounts they had lived extraordinary full lives. As you know, the Petersons had no children. Per their instructions, I am to arrange the auction of their estate and donate the proceeds to charity. As you may also know, the Petersons had a fabulous art collection, including several pre-Columbian artifacts that may be of particular interest to you. Please let me know if you will be planning to attend. Bertram. And here's the auction. Wow. To Joanna Riggs. Can't look at notes. Nothing to look at over here. Okay, so he wants us to look at the questions, I believe. With the help of a museum guide, you will learn about the Maya culture and maybe even discover the hidden tomb of King Pakal. Use your temple key card to play the different games on each temple level. Once you finish every activity for a level, your temple key card will unlock the entrance to the next level. Good luck. Be sure to place your temple key card into the card slots to receive credit. Oh. So I put my key card in here. So I guess I'll do the quiz first. Pakal ruled over which city in present-day Mexico? Oh gosh. The ruler Palenque, he was responsible for the majority of the city's construction. Oh, Palenque is the city. And I feel like this is going to be a lot of back and forth. Ding ding! What is the name of Pakal's mother? Oh, I know that one. It was something Zak Kook. Was it Z-A-K? Q-K? Yeah. What is the name of the calendar used to compute the 260 days? I wrote that down. The Divine Calendar. Look at me. What is the name of the supreme god in Maya mythology? Oh, supreme. Is it gonna erase my whole thing if I go back? Hopefully not. The supreme god. Who is the supreme god? What the hell?
Henrik!
He was in there? He was in the temple? What?
Amnesia? Wow. Henrik must have taken a real nosedive off that pyramid.
Do you think he just fell, Nancy?
Or was he pushed?
Sounds like you need to find out about hospital visiting hours.
Yeah, but you'd better get the lowdown from Joanna first.
George is right. She is your supervisor after all.
What the hell? They should really put some railings on those stairs. Are there any things left at the scene of the crime? I wonder what this little key thing is for. Some like lockbox or something. Oh, can I use this thing too? Oh, okay. Well, I still don't know what the Supreme God is.
It's locked.
Oh, does this open this? Do I need something in here? The ham radio? What? Oh, okay. I'm just gonna take that. It doesn't need that. Nah. Why is this question so hard? Who's the Supreme God? Okay, I found it. Maya kings not only ruled their people's political and military affairs, but their religious practices. They were considered to be divinely appointed by the Supreme God, Itzamna. Please have saved my answers from before. Okay, so the Supreme God. What is the name? Oh, I know this one. It's the Quiche, right? Quiche. Congratulations, you've successfully completed the Temple Level 1 quiz. If you have already solved the other activities, you may now use your Temple keycard to descend to the next level. This is the matchup right here. Can I guess it? One is north and one is 19. Oh, okay. I can do this. I can do this from the number game we did, or you know. So black. This was throne, road, ink, and then this one is 19. This one should be north. Yay! Ding ding. Hooray! Okay, and the last one is the bull, which I remember Sunny had written down stuff in his notebook about like the Pascal's triangle. Okay, I hate that bull game. It's all random, or is it? Choosing when I pass when the computer passes. 4 pieces of corn, different than dice. Try Pascal's triangle. 1 and 3, frequency of 4, 2. Man, he just fell down the stairs. Yeah, this is not safe for, like, I can imagine kids trying to run up and down it. It's just not a good idea. Okay, try your hand at this ancient Maya war game. The object is to capture all of your opponent's warriors by bumping off all of his or her pieces by landing on a square occupied by them. Each player has 2 turns. You must roll the corn dice on your first turn, but can pass on your second turn. If a warrior runs off the playing field, he will return from the opposite direction. Oh wait, isn't this the game? Play against a friend. We're sorry, this option is not available at this time. Choose to play against the computer. Isn't this game in, this game is in Blackmore Manor. You will play the orange warriors on the left side. I didn't know this used Pascal's triangle. Okay, are you gonna roll?
Hi.
Oh, I have to roll for the computer?
Hi.
Get a 3. Yes. Hooray! So, do the dice really follow the triangle? I don't know. Either way, I won. So I filled it all up. So does that mean I can go through this door now? This is weird. Oh! Ooh la la! Cool, cool.
It's locked.
It's locked. This is awesome. This would be a cool museum. Although, what stops you from letting in other people that didn't actually do it, you know? Getting to know young Timil. Ah, why is it going so fast? Maya, god of death. Rules over Minal. Young works again. I can't read these. Key features. the jawbone with rotting flesh. Okay. Eyeballs. He steals the bones and eyeballs of the dead to wear as jewelry. Symbols. The death sign. Okay, looks like a divide sign. Black spots on the skin show infestation of disease. Whoa. Okay, her interactive, I see you. That was impressive. Lady Rainbow Moon Goddess. Oh, it stopped? Do I have to know all those things? Okay, I stored it in my memory. Up here. Ooh. Mid-low. Okay, I know I should be calling the hospital to hear about Henrik and if he's okay, but I really want to do these games, so we're gonna do them. Okay, what do I do? Shoot. Oh. Mid, low, high. Okay, so this is up here already. I'm guessing like a 3. No. That needs a little more juice. 4. Yeah. Okay, now we got moved back. Still needs to be a high, I think. 5. Damn. Mid 3. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Ooh. Mid 5. Yeah. Okay. So this has got to be like low, but really a lot of power, maybe? Did I win the game? Yes! Sweet! Congratulations, you've reached level 2 of the Maya Mystery Temple. Remember to use your temple keycard. Solving them will allow you to access to level 3. Who knows what awaits you in the bottom level? Oh, another quiz. What is the name of one of the Shield Jaguar wives? Ooh, what's the maze? Maze game offline. Enter in system login and password. Ooh, I wrote this down. It's S. June and Space Baby, right? Yeah. Ooh, a maze. Oh, whoa, this is weird. Where am I going? This is similar to that maze we did in the Haunted Mansion. Wait, is that the name of that one? Yippee! Oh, wait, didn't Lady Jacques marry the Jaguar guy? Shield Jaguar and Lady Jacques. Yeah, okay. Which Maya monster represents the continuous cycle of life and death? Oh, that's the, the bicephalic monster. Continuous cycle of life and death. What did the Maya call a decorative woven blouse? Blouse. Whip-pill. I really wish it just saved your progress so you didn't have to answer the same questions that you already got right again. Okay, what is a... Oh, I just read that. Noble man. What is the name of Maya matchmaker? I can't find the answer to this in the museum, SJ. Oh, right, I remember him reading that in the notes. Okay, so we don't know what it is. Oh, maybe it was on the laptop that he'd wrote about that. Alright, well, whatever. We'll call the hospital.
You have voicemail. Press 0 to retrieve messages.
This message is for Nancy Drew. Hi, Nancy.
This is Nurse Bluefoot calling from Eleanor Roosevelt Memorial Hospital in regards to Henrik Vanderheun. I believe you're a colleague of his? Since Mr. Vanderheun was admitted, he has repeated your name several times in states of semi-consciousness. As we've been unable to contact any of his family members, we're hoping you might be willing to act as Henrik's support person as he begins the difficult process of restoring his memory. Please call me as soon as possible to discuss this. My direct line is 202-555-4000. Thank you.
Nancy, it's Joanna. The police are done giving me the 3rd degree, but now the board has suspended me. To make a long story short, I'm forbidden to set foot in the museum. Could you please call Franklin Rose and try to reason with him? If we don't get a move on, this exhibit is going straight down the tubes.
Alright, well, things are really ramping up here.
This is Nurse Bluefoot.
Nurse Bluefoot.
I'm calling in regard to a recently admitted patient, Henrik Vanderheun.
Patient information is confidential. Are you a family member?
I'm sorry, this is Nancy Drew. You left me a message?
Nancy Drew? Oh,
Drink your water.
Thank goodness. Oh, I'm so relieved. We've been unable to locate any family members, and we do like amnesia patients to have at least one personal support person when they begin reality orientation.
Can you explain the amnesia?
Henrik is suffering from an acute case of post-traumatic retrograde amnesia. At the moment, he is unable to recall even the most basic autobiographical facts, from his name and address to his birthday and shoe size. He can't access the details of his personal history or events leading up to his accident.
What if he threw himself down the stairs and he's pretending he doesn't know anything so he can remove any suspicion of him doing anything and stealing the artifact?
Is there any way to treat amnesia?
Well, reality orientation is a kind of treatment that helps a patient get reacquainted with the facts and circumstances of his or her life. Henrik has not actually lost his memory. It's just that his brain is injured in such a way that he can't access the place where the memories are stored.
I see. So we need to help him find the trail of crumbs. Is that it?
Exactly. First, we do repetitive memory exercises to help Henrik relearn the basic facts like his name and address, the name of his parakeet, if he has one, the date, and so on. Second, we try to stimulate Henrik's sensory memories in order to help trigger or find the way back to his cognitive memories.
Where do I come in?
You can't help Henrik remember his childhood, but you can probably help him remember his work, and who knows where that will take him. All roads lead to Rome, as they say. One great tool is the Reality Orientation Board. This is a place to post information and pictures for the patient to look at over a period of time. You may want to bring in images or photos to place on the board. Things from the museum, perhaps.
I see. Well, I'll be happy to help in any way I can. When are visiting hours?
Visiting hours are 10 to 4 every day, if the patient is not engaged in treatment and if he seems stable.
Okay, well, we will do that for him.
Great. Is there anything else?
Just remember, Henrik's brain has been knocked around like a peanut in its shell. He may have attention difficulties, headaches, anxiety. Sometimes he may seem giddy, too.
Giddy.
We need to keep these conditions in check. Don't push him too hard, or he may have some kind of meltdown.
Okay.
Thanks for the warning, Nurse Bluefoot.
Be well.
Alright, we also must call Franklin.
Nancy, you must be psychic. I was just getting ready to call you myself.
Oh, really? Why?
I feel I should apologize for the situation that's going on at the museum, dear. I really did think we were setting you up with a nice little internship, a breather from your casework. but instead it looks like we've fed you to the lions.
Well, in all my travels, I still haven't found a mystery-free zone, Mr. Rose.
Speaking of travel, I got a postcard from your father in Ouagadougou. Apparently, Burkina Faso has become the cultural darling of West Africa. He must be having quite an adventure.
Like father, like daughter. Anyway, Mr. Rose, I'm calling about Joanna.
I think I know what you're going to say, Nancy. Let me be frank. Joanna Riggs has been in the doghouse with the board for months. Her thirst for acclaim has led her to gamble the future and the reputation of Beach Hill time and again. Now that we've lost the Pakal carving, one of our most notable pieces, well, she's just got to be stopped.
Don't you believe she's genuinely concerned about the welfare of the museum?
Good intentions are no substitute for integrity and sound judgment, Nancy. Look, I've got a client waiting, Nancy. What we need now is for you to take up the slack. I've spoken to the rest of the board and we've agreed that the best thing is to put you in charge.
What? We just became an intern and now we're in charge of the entire thing?
Oh, Mr. Rose, I'm not qualified to be a curator. I don't have the experience.
Maybe not, but you are the best qualified detective I know, which is just what we need right now.
Okay.
We're counting on you to catch this thief red-handed. Just kidding, kiddo. If you can get the Pakal back, we'll see about giving Ms. Riggs another chance. That seems fair, doesn't it?
It's a deal, Mr. Rose.
Bye, kiddo.
How do we get pictures for Henrik? Should I call the cultural center, by the way? I know it's a lot of calling, but let's just see. See if they have anything to say. No, they are not picking up. Maybe it's just not the right time to call. Alrighty. Oh no. Oh, here's the.
What should I post here?
My name is. My age is, home is, occupation, marital status. Put this here. Oh, I can put that there? Just as a reminder, Henrik, of, you know, in case you're.
You look familiar. Is it time for my snack?
Is it time for my snack?
Hi, Henrik. I'm Nancy. We met at Beach Hill before your head injury.
Beach Hill?
Beach Hill is a museum here in Washington, D.C. Before your accident, you were working there on some important Maya glyph translations. Do you remember anything about that project?
I don't even remember my own birthday. So if you're here to squeeze me for details, you're wasting your time.
Actually, Nurse Bluefoot thinks with regular visits, I may be able to help you get your memory back more quickly.
How, pray tell, do you intend to do that?
I'll visit, we'll talk. Sometimes I'll bring you pictures.
Pictures? Well, isn't this nice?
Come on, Henrik. You'll feel much better once things start coming back to you. I've got a picture with me if you'd like to give it a try.
Fine, I'll do it.
Great. These are Maya glyphs, like the ones you used to translate. Now, don't be upset if you don't know how to read them anymore. I can tell you what they mean.
I know what they mean, dear. I wrote them.
You just giving yourself away?
I'm sure you have written them at one time or another in your career. So, what do you think this is all about? The magician suffers yellow death.
Your translator is sloppy. I should know. I am the author of the original work.
The author? What are you talking about?
That first glyph is the fool, not the magician. Furthermore, any decent epigrapher knows those glyphs refer to the infamous plague of oozing hives. A fitting curse for a fool, don't you think? I rather like it.
Which one is not as harsh and will not upset him too much?
Henrik, this note was found at a crime scene. Are you telling me you left it there?
I don't remember.
I'm investigating the theft of the Pakal carving. Please, Henrik, try to remember something.
Who in the world is Pakal? Oh, my head. Oh, the pressure. I can't take any more today, Nancy.
Okay, it's time for some memory therapy. Nancy, could you come back tomorrow?
Have you heard? Henrik Vanderheun fell off the pyramid at the museum. He's in the hospital with a mysterious head injury.
That is terrible news. I hope it's not too serious.
Have you heard? The police received an anonymous tip and they're considering Joanna a prime suspect in the Bacall theft. They've taken her in for questioning.
I called in that tip. She lied about the Cinnabar, and you may not know this, but she has jeopardized the museum's finances with all of her wheeling and dealing. Why should she not be questioned?
How do you know about museum finances?
I have my sources.
I should get back to the museum.
Adios, Nancy.
I don't like him.
I need a photo of the Bacall carving. Do you have one?
Joanna took the official print for her insurance claim, but I have a couple extras. Here you go. Keep up the good work.
Keep up the good work. Does she have any photos here that I could use? I think I should still try to call the Chaco Canyon Cultural Center. It didn't work before, but maybe just because the hours were wrong.
Chaco Canyon Cultural Center?
Hi, I'm hoping to speak to someone about the theft that happened there recently.
Are you the press?
No, I'm a detective investigating a similar crime in Washington, D.C.
This is Sheila Schultz, the director. What would you like to know?
My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from the Beach Hill Museum in Washington, D.C. I understand you had some rare Maya artifacts stolen recently.
That's right. It's a terrible loss, and the police here have no leads.
Beach Hill was robbed too. We lost one of our prized jade carvings.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
I'm wondering if the robberies are connected. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions about the incident at Chaco Canyon?
Fire away.
I heard the thief left a red handprint at the scene of the crime. Is that true?
Yes. It was very gruesome. It looked like blood, but according to the police analysis, the print was made with a mercuric sulfide paste.
Do you know of any symbolic meaning attached to a red hand?
Don't walk, don't go there, talk to the hand, as my 15-year-old would say? Really, I haven't the slightest idea.
Talk to the hand, because the face ain't listening.
What types of artifacts did the thief get away with?
Only the center's most prized pieces. The case contained 5 pre-Columbian artifacts that were excavated right from this area.
Do you have a list of the stolen pieces?
I know those pieces like the back of my hand. There were 3 pottery pieces, a small stone figurine with a snake head, and an ornamental jade carving.
I'm interested in the jade carving. What did it look like?
It was highly unusual. There was a glyph on it that no one could translate. Until we hired Henrik Vanderheun, that is. His opinion was that it's Mayan in origin, and that it may have been a place name glyph for this area. As you can imagine, we regarded it as something of a regional treasure.
Could you send me a photo of that jade carving so I can take a look at the glyph?
I'm afraid I sent our only print off to the insurance company. They said they'd return it, but who knows when our claim will be processed. I'm sorry.
Thanks a million, Sheila.
Feel free to call if you have any more questions.
Well, it was worth a shot. Didn't get much information from that. Don't know what to do with this yet. Oh, does this open this too?
It's locked.
No. Well, now we'll add this photo.
Well, look who it is.
Ready to do some memory work, Henrik? I brought you a picture. This will help you to remember.
That face. He's as familiar as my own feet.
Do you know his name?
Bacall. Nancy, this is the stolen carving, isn't it? And I'm the one who took it. I must have. But why? Oh, Bacall. What could I have meant by this?
Think, Henrik. Where's the carving now?
I can't remember.
All I need is some idea of where to look next. I'll take any scrap of memory you've got, Henrik.
It's still in the museum.
Behind level 3, maybe?
Are you sure, Henrik? Did you plan to sell the Bacall on the black market?
To protect him. I had to protect him. Oh, Bacall. Something is going on at that museum, a devious plot. I was the only one who could stand in the way.
What kind of plot?
Forgive me, Nancy, but when I woke up in this hospital bed, I didn't even know my own name. Perhaps the only thing I can offer you is this key. It was found in one of my pockets when I was brought in.
Do you know what lock it belongs to?
I haven't a clue. Take the key now, Nancy. Find out what it opens and return to me, please, with some answers.
We'll get to the bottom of this, I promise.
In the meantime, I'll sit with my friend Pakal and see if he will tell me anything new. You must keep this to yourself for now. It's your only hope of getting to the bottom of this.
Do you know anything about the theft of Prudence Rutherford's necklace?
I can't remember.
One of the pieces that was stolen from the Chaco Canyon Cultural Center was a jade carving with an unusual glyph on it. Do you remember translating it?
I can't remember.
Did you use Joanna's name last week to place an order for Cinnabar with Keep It Real Restoration?
You're asking the wrong amnesiac.
Do you have anything against Joanna?
Who knows? Be careful.
You be careful. So the key either opens the drawers in here, or it opens one of those boxes in the storage space.
It's locked.
I'm hoping it opens these. Yes. Anything? Z it through. Disc. July 16th, 72. Hiked with Big Bunny all day. Temperatures in the 100s, water scarce, but Highland region is beautiful and pristine, except for Bunny's incessant commentary. Even spotted a quetzal flying amongst the branches, a rare treat, symbolizes freedom and wealth. Tale highly prized by the Maya. Should I write that down? Hard rain last night, shared tent with Big Bunny, out of kindness, pity, what does he eat, nearly suffocated. July 22nd, crossed paths with Old Shaman today, eager for some relief from Big Bunny, accepted Old Man's invitation to eat. Old Man, Vicente, gave us very strong tea, to which Big Bunny reacted negatively. He kept shouting, "Bunny rabbits, flaming bunny rabbits. Return of the repressed?" Once he even pounced on the floor to try to catch one, but there was nothing there. Vicente thought this was very funny. I nearly expired from embarrassment. Tea had no unusual effect on me. Old Man told us legend has it that the highlands are haunted by the spirit of Amaxkali. I understand most, translated for Bunny. Here is legend as best I could gather. At the height of Pascal's reign, a royal Maya scribe wrote an account of the Maya that somehow defamed Pakal's name. He disappeared along with all traces of her work. The rumor was that I keep wanting to say Pascal. Okay, the rumor was that Pakal banished the scribe and her writings to the far reaches of the netherworld. Highland elders swear that Amaxkali has haunted these hills for centuries and will not rest until her writings are unearthed and her name is restored to dignity. Banished? Ha, if only Pakal were so lenient. Would have enjoyed the story much more without the unwanted outbursts of my foolish sidekick. Quite a tale though, amazing that it has survived somehow over hundreds of years. Big Bunny wants to start small-time smuggling racket to pay off his college tuition. He's the last person I'd want for a partner in crime, but I do need some way to fund my own studies. I wonder if I could stand it. Travels today have been uneventful. Sun is hotter than ever. Tomorrow we return to base camp. Cannot wait to be rid of my companion. Suspect he is really a dog in bunny clothing. Yak, 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 yak. Sir Bunny the Garrulous. Number stations. 2050 ITZ transmits a series of 5 digits to Spanish with each transmission starting with Atención, atención. 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, 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 blah. Decoding the numbers, write down the last 3 digits of the series and add a 0 to it to get a 4-digit number. So this sounds very complicated, but I'm gonna write this down. Smuggler stations, password is the word for snake. Enter it in Morse code and they'll confirm by voice, then send a code word. Oh. Okay, we'll get to that later, I think.
Looks like I need to find someone who speaks Nahuatl.
Translation. Blessing, curse, curse perhaps. Similar to blessing glyph, but with death's face. House, captive house, prison, was a prisoner. To bring down, war metaphor, break, destroy, there's already a verb for destruction. My guess, break, broken. Kaban, day signs, 4 corners of the world. Kingly title, very familiar, Pakal of course, but not like any I've ever seen. Wait, where have I seen this? Rabbit, just like the scribe imaged rabbit as trickster. Jester, fool, very uncommon. Copen emblem has been modified with a rabbit head similar to the rabbit scribe. It was completed. Period ending till the end of times? Oh. Well, I grabbed it. Interesting. Interesting. Sleeping. My age is 61 and a half. You look pretty good for 61. Divorced, 0 children. Allergies include chicken and bee stings. When he doesn't know from whom or from what, gave me the key to help him remember. Check out everything carefully. Took his disc. Read his travel notes. Interesting story about the Whisperer. Smuggler channels and codes. I wonder if Henrik was expecting a delivery from them and who would know the word for snake. Took his translation notes for the monolith. Maybe that will help stimulate his memory. Put it on the memory board. Okay, we'll do that later. But can I put this disc in? Oh, password. Oh, what is that? What is that? Was that in his notes?
I need to know the Nahuatl word for snake. Can you help me?
What do you need that word for?
I'd rather not say. It's
None
part
of
of my
business.
investigation.
Now, if only I could remember the word for snake. I hear you have been a great help to Henrik. I wonder if you can help me improve my memory too.
Ugh, you're so slimy.
What are you talking about, Alejandro?
I am almost certain that the provenance documents for the Pakal carving were falsified. I have asked Joanna to see the documents, but she evades me. If you can find that file in her office and bring it to me, I think it might help my memory of Nahuatl a lot.
It wouldn't be right for me to go behind Joanna's back like that.
Is it right for Joanna to deny me access to these documents? And besides, I will return the file as soon as I have the information I need.
What makes you think they were falsified?
In Mexico, it is common knowledge that the carving was stolen from Pakal's tomb when it was first excavated. But no one has been able to prove it. If I can determine that the provenance documents are a fraud, this will be the first major step toward legal repatriation of the artwork, whenever and wherever it resurfaces.
Okay, Alejandro. I'll see what I can do.
I feel my Nahuatl coming back to me already. Do you know what Sihuapili means? Princess or lady. Now, if only I could remember the word for snake.
I should get back to the museum.
Adios, Nancy.
You're a snake. Nasty. Oh, okay. I just took the whole thing. Alright.
Hello, Nancy. You have a special delivery for me, I hope?
Here's your file, as requested.
Good work, my friend. I suppose you would like something in return?
A deal's a deal.
The Nahuatl word for snake is coatl. C-O-A-T-L.
Muchas gracias. Gotta go.
Adios, Nancy.
Yeah. Gotta go, you snake. Okay, so the smuggler station. So we put in the password in Morse code and then the confirm by voice and then send a code word. Either send the item immediately, the coast is clear, meet me at the rendezvous point, don't send the item, the coast is not clear, payment has been sent. And then we just need the Morse code book for Coatl. Okay.
The radio tube went out.
And I have another. Put this in. Whoopee! Okay, so I'm assuming I'm putting in the numbers from that book. Do I press send? Maybe I should actually read what the book says. To enter in a frequency or channel, enter a 4-digit number on the numeric keypad and press the connect button. All messages are sent using Morse code. Compose each letter by pressing either a dot or a dash on the Morse code keyboard, and when you have finished composing a letter, press send. Oh, okay, so send after each letter. Okay, let's try that again. Connect. Nothing. Okay, so I guess we could try a different frequency. Static, so nothing. Okay, maybe I'm not supposed to do this yet. Maybe we get more information from Henrik. I keep thinking that while we're walking around alone in the museum, someone's gonna pop up. Still sleeping?
What should I post here? There was an incident at the museum. Henrik is in the hospital with a head injury.
Poor Henrik. Another squabble between him and Joanna, perhaps? Oh, I'm kidding, but I do remember the time she threatened to push him in the pond. Temper, temper, I'm always telling her.
I'd better get going.
See you around.
Temper, temper, I'm always telling her. I don't know. It's just saying to use the radio, but it didn't really work. Was I using it wrong? 2050 transmits a series of 5 digits in Spanish with each transmission starting with attention. Set it to 2050? I guess these were just examples. And these blue things don't matter?
Atención, 8, 3, 2, 7, 1,
83271. So write down the last 3 digits of the series, 271, add a 0 to it to get a 4-digit number. Add each of the original 5 digits and add the sum. 8 plus 3 is 11, plus 2 is 13, plus 7 is 20, and that's 21 total. Add the sum to the 4-digit number from the first step. 2710 plus 21 is 2731. And this is the station that we use. I mean, I don't really know what we should be saying, but probably send the item, right? So I have to know leche in Morse. Is that why it says buy milk up here? Because leche is milk? Look at me and my Spanish skills. Okay, we're gonna try it. We're gonna see. Okay, so we're going to go to station 2131. Nothing. Maybe it's just not the right time in the game to do that. All right, let's go to bed and just fast forward to the next day so then maybe he's awake.
Nancy, you have brought me back to my work.
You recognize the riddle then?
I've been working like a fiend. Look at the board.
There's Henrik's password.
Stone. The curse upon you who beholds this terror. The evil deeds of the whisperer of silent secrets remain undead. Within this prison of rock. What? Broken only when the 4 corners of the world are bound together, when the first king ascends the throne again, when the last Copen fool has labored till the end of time.
This has something to do with the plot at the museum, Nancy. I'm sure of it.
The plot.
Who is this whisperer of silent secrets?
The whisperer came from a distinguished line of royal scribes. I can't seem to remember her name, but I do recall that she wrote an account of Maya history that greatly angered Pakal because of the way it depicted his ascent to the throne.
Okay, I remember reading about that.
What did the scribes say? That Pakal had bad fashion?
From the age of 12, when he came to the throne, Pakal claimed to be divinely appointed the first true authentic king of the Maya. Then, the whisperer came along and wrote that Pakal was only king because his mother pulled some strings. It was quite a blow to Pakal's image.
So he put her in a stone prison?
Pakal swore that the whisperer's words would never see the light of day. He put her body, her soul, and her writings all in a tomb and locked it up tight.
Wait, Henrik, a prison of stone? We're not talking about the monolith, are we?
That's the idea.
Does anyone else know about this?
Good question. I'm certain that there's a dirty rat trying to get into that tomb. This is where my memory fizzles out. If I could only figure out why I took the Pakal.
Do you think there is anyone I can trust?
Please don't breathe a word of this. There's too much at stake.
Have you ever been part of a smuggling racket?
I don't know.
You rest up. I'll be back.
Be careful.
Okay. Translation. Okay, we just read that. Notes. Oh my gosh. Artifacts found as far north as New Mexico. Numerous pieces lost in recent CCCC heist. See Rutherford interview in recent issue of Art Appraiser. Reports from Dig are good. Found jade carving with rabbit glyph. Rabbit was trickster in Maya folklore. Could this be the fool? Radio for delivery. I need to place Pakal in a safe place. I cannot trust anyone at this time. Moral dilemma, but can I argue that the end justifies the means? And I need to send a loud and clear message to the culprit, racing to open the monolith alongside me. I only hope that I can win this round. This is intense. Monolith must be a mechanism for her punishment, and because she was most likely of royal lineage, Pakal could not permanently prohibit her from entering the underworld. So there should be a mechanism within the prison of stone to allow her soul to find its way out, as well as a mechanism for someone else to open the prison from outside the monolith, the 6 keys. The prison bears an intricate lock. 6 separate keys must be assembled to fit the lock. Look at the riddle. 4 corners of world plus fool and king, 6. Each must represent one interlocking part of a bigger key. A cube has 6 sides, perhaps they fit together into a cube. But where are these keys and what do they look like? Probably Pakal scattered them all over the Maya world so that they would never be put back together. Keys carved out of must be jade, likely to that each bears an identifying glyph. Must track them down before it's too late. Someone else knows about this. This is giving like Treasure in the Royal Tower vibes about the whole, all of them spread out across the world, those things, and then you finally brought them back to the castle for the treasure. Check to see if there's an exhibit on this for the temple quiz. Atan Zahab. Bishop Diego de Londa found a strange jade carving. Should I write his name down? Henry Daddle? Okay, that's a lot of information. Well, I guess we can try calling Henry Daddle.
Daddle residence.
Hi, may I speak to Henry Daddle, please?
Speaking.
Mr. Daddle, my name is Nancy Drew. This is a long shot, but I'm calling regarding a Maya artifact that was bought at auction in 1898 by one Henry Albert Daddle. Does that ring any bells?
Sure. Henry Albert Daddle Sr. was my great-grandfather. You're talking about the jade carving, right?
Yes, exactly. Wow, I can't believe my luck.
Well, it's a lucky life if you ask me. So what can I do for you?
I'm investigating a recent rash of thefts around the country involving similar Maya artifacts. Any information you could give me about the one your great-grandfather bought would be very helpful.
I see. Well, I was the last to inherit the carving, but my daughter Penelope was so intrigued with it that I gave it to her. I'm sure she'd be happy to talk to you about it. Why don't you give her a call on her line? It's 555-3197.
So much calling and talking.
Will do. Thanks, Mr. Daddle.
My pleasure.
Hello?
Hi, is this Penelope?
Not even.
Oh, is this 605-555-3197?
Yeah, but no one calls me Penelope anymore. Except my parents, that is. To my friends, the art world, and anyone else who made it out of the 20th century, I'm Poppy.
The art world?
The artist.
Wait, you're not Poppy Dada, are you?
Ta-da! Ping ping! You win! Who's this?
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm a detective.
A detective? No way! So do you get to wear a sassy tweed hat and pick hairs off dead bodies and gross, creepy stuff like that?
Wait, did she hide it in one of her art pieces and it's in the guy's office?
I don't run into too many dead bodies, luckily, but there's plenty of other creepy stuff.
So, where'd you get my name? Don't tell me I'm wanted by the FBI or something. That would be too scandalous.
Okay.
No. You see, it's all a big coincidence. Your dad's name came up in connection with a case I'm working on.
Go Dad! Don't tell me he's wanted by the FBI. I'll be so jealous.
Actually, I called hoping your dad could help me solve this case.
That's hot. What's a case? Are there dead bodies involved? Do you need to, tap my phone or impersonate me or something?
Someone is stealing Maya antiquities, jade carvings to be exact, and leaving this scary red handprint at the scene of every crime.
Ghastly. So, what's with the red hand?
It seems like some kind of threat, but to whom? And what is this thief really after? It's more than money, I'm sure of it.
Drama. So, where do the daddles come in?
I got a tip that your great-great-grandfather bought a jade carving much like the ones that are being stolen. I'm hoping to take a look at it.
You mean that ancient green rock with the weird symbol on it? I slapped some shoe polish on it and stuck it in one of my paintings.
Did I call it or did I call it? I knew it.
You're kidding. That's a one-of-a-kind Maya artifact, a piece of history. It's hundreds of years old. It's worth a lot of money.
That's the whole point. Have you heard the saying that a work of art is never finished, just abandoned? Well, I'm taking that idea to the limit by making art that will keep changing as different people encounter, perceive, and interact with it. I'm tired of artwork that says, don't touch. I'm all about letting go, about sending my work into the world and seeing how it continues to become. Don't you see? It's an organic process. I mean, how can people really relate to art if it doesn't come to life and grow and die? It's just like they do. That carving is part of something bigger now.
I can't imagine your dad would be very pleased about this. Does he know?
Oh, Nancy, don't be such a prude. Taylor's probably still got that artwork. At least, I don't think he sold it yet. Why don't you ask him? Tell him you want to see the piece called Deadly Midnight Snack. It's the one with the rubber shark.
Okay.
Deadly Midnight Snack. I think I know the one you mean. But I'd rather not bring Taylor into this, if it's okay with you. I'm just not sure whether I trust him.
Fine with me. I know the big bunster, Mr. Bunnytron. Well, he rubs some people the wrong way. Has Taylor been pushing those Oaxacan cookies on you? You haven't eaten one, have you?
Taylor Sinclair is Bunny.
Why? Are they poisonous?
Let's put it this way. His trip to Oaxaca was about 2 years ago, and he's been trying to move those rancid lard biscuits ever since.
Thanks for the tip, Poppy. I can see you're going to be a detective's best friend.
Cool. If you really need the carving to crack this case, why don't you just go ahead and take it?
But wouldn't it ruin your painting?
Of course not. After all, this is a chance to enact exactly what I've been talking about, the organic process, inviting my viewers to interact with my work. The deal is, you can take the carving, but you have to put something in its place.
I can choose anything? A light bulb? A magnifying glass? A pair of headphones?
No, it should be something more organic. Stay with the title, Deadly Midnight Snack, and don't be afraid to go way out. As an artist, I can tell you that inspiration bites in the most mysterious ways.
I'll do my best.
Right on. But let's keep Taylor out of this. He'd probably blow a gasket if he saw you tampering with the merchandise. That's all art is to him, you know. Merchandise.
I'll make sure he doesn't detect a thing.
Good luck, Nancy.
Thanks, Poppy. Bye.
So I'm putting one of the cookies into the painting. This is crazy.
Mind if I help myself to one of those scrumptious-looking Oaxacan cookies?
Be my guest.
Oh boy.
Any news?
May I take a closer look at that wacky Dada painting?
Be my guest. I just had a call from Poppy this morning. She says she's in a really creative period right now. I said, please, sweetie, if you get any more creative, they're going to lock you up.
Pardon me a moment, Nancy. I'll be right back. I hope.
Poppy said to replace it with something organic.
Does he know that it's in there? Nice. He just conveniently left. Is there anything I can snoop on in here? Should I take another? Oh, I can't. There's nothing to snoop. Dang. Okay, so I have one.
Henrik, I need to know where you put the Pakal carving.
You're asking the wrong amnesiac.
According to your notes, Pakal made a 6-part key to the Whisperer's tomb and scattered the pieces around the world. Do you remember anything about this?
6 keys? 6 keys? 6 keys! Nancy, what are the four corners of the world? North, south, east, and west. Plus the first king, Pakal himself, and the Copan fool. When they're all assembled, they open the tomb. Don't you see? This is why I stole the Pakal, to prevent some other schemer from putting the key together.
Do you think I should alert the police?
You must keep this to yourself for now. It's your only hope of getting to the bottom of this.
You rest up. I'll be back.
Be careful.
Okay, so I think it's just really getting all the pieces together. Pakal, we know for sure, is gone right now. The radio is going to get the Copan fool. We just got the west. East is Bishop. South is Rutherford. North, contact other museums in the area just to be sure.
Chaco Canyon Cultural Center.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew calling.
Hi, Nancy. It's Sheila. What can I do for you?
I've just got to get my hands on a replica of that jade carving you lost. Do you have any ideas?
Not off the top of my head, but maybe one of my staff will have a bright idea. I need some time to ask around. Can you call back later?
Sure thing.
Feel free to call if you have any more questions.
Okay. Is there anything in here that I'm missing? Still can't open these, right?
Diego de Landa. I wonder if that's one of the keys.
Oh yeah, okay. 1113. 1113. But I need a code. Don't have that. Feel like it's picking up. The pace is picking up. What is the name of the Maya matchmaker? Congratulations, you have successfully completed the Temple Level 2 quiz. Woohoo! Use our key card. Ooh. That's pretty cool. Ooh. The Mayan calendar. The Maya were expert astronomers. Using the logographs below, move the calendar stone so the date equals 12 Kaban. Okay. 12 would be 2 bars and 2 dots. Yes, okay. And then the outer ring. Looks like a little bug. Easy. Oh, I didn't put my card in. Rookie mistake. There we go. What is this? Recreating the Great Find.
It's locked.
Glow stick. Oh, is that like the final level? Jade and the Maya. Okay, what's... Ooh. Ooh. All of the gods. Here we go. Okay, so we're gonna have 2 columns. Okay, and then what's over here? Cool, cool. It's across the bridge. Oh, so this is the final thing. Another quiz. At last you have found the secret resting place of King Pakal, Lord of Palenque. Once you have completed all the activities, you get your souvenir. Okay.
I wonder if Henrik would remember the answer.
What animal did Lord Pakal fear the most? Sunny June, remember this at once. Okay, so we have to ask him about that. This is fun. I feel like this game has a lot of puzzles in it. Well, mostly just like looking back at the information provided in the museum and running back and forth. But there are some pretty good puzzles. I feel like it's more hands-on than some of the other ones, so.
Chak was the god of rain. Ishel, goddess of the moon, presided over childbirth and basket weaving. Ahau Kin represented the sun.
Ceramic bowls, such as the one featured in this exhibit, may have been used as vessels for burnt offerings of
Alright, well, I don't know where the last 3 are, so I'm just gonna have a little trial and error moment. That rather than trying to spend all this time finding the answer when I can't find it. Here we go. Feel like that's death. Okay, did I get it?
This is a long shot, but do you know what animal Pakal was afraid of?
You're asking the wrong amnesiac.
Ugh. I had in my notes 2131 and instead of 2731, so that was just on me. I just wrote in the wrong code. I'm an idiot.
Mensaje encendido. Transmítelo ahora.
Okay. We're getting somewhere.
Mensaje recibido. Entregaremos el paquete lo más pronto posible. Cambio y fuera.
Alright, we're gonna ship the package as soon as possible. Thank you. Figured it out. Wow. It was really just a user error on my part for writing down the wrong code. Is there a way to contact Rutherford? I'm stuck. I need a Bess and George hint.
Hello?
It's me again.
Nancy Drew, you will never guess who the cat just dragged in.
Who?
Frank and Joe Hardy.
You're kidding. I haven't talked to those two in months.
Let me tell you, they're as cute as ever. George and I were just telling them about your latest case, and judging by the way they're hovering around me at the moment, I think they want to say hello.
Sure, put them on.
Hi, Nancy, it's Frank.
Frank Hardy, what in the world are you doing in River Heights?
Well, Joe and I just finished up a case out west, and we're taking a few days to drive back to Bayport. So we stopped in River Heights to say hello to our favorite girls.
Well, that's awfully sweet of you.
We should have known you'd be out there chasing trouble.
Joe, is that you?
The one and only. How's it going, Nancy?
Oh, just knee-deep in another case. You know the feeling.
Do we ever? There's one around every corner, isn't there?
You can say that again.
There's one around every corner, isn't there?
All right, Joe. Cheeky as ever, I see.
It's the secret of my irresistible charm.
Oh, brother. Listen, Nancy, we're taking off again tomorrow, but if you want to talk shop about this case, why don't you give us a call on the car phone? The number is 973-555-3393.
Sounds great. I'll do that.
Go get him, Nancy.
Good luck.
Aww. I love the Hardy Boys. I think this is the first game that they've been in.
Frank and Joe Hardy, taking the mist out of mystery. Joe here.
That's pretty cute, Joe. Can you come up with a slogan for me, too?
Hey, Nancy. Hold on while I put you on speakerphone. You still there?
Yep.
Hi, Nancy. You got access to both of our brilliant minds now. So how's the case coming along?
I'm sort of stumped by the riddle that Henrik translated from the monolith.
Nancy Drew stumped? I find that hard to believe. What's the problem?
Well, it seems like opening the tomb and breaking the curse are the same thing.
Oh, sure, but how does a person pull that off?
It has something to do with putting these 6 keys together. But there's this other part that says, when the first king, that's Pakal, ascends the throne again.
I hate to say it, but isn't it a little late for that guy? I mean, hasn't it been like 1,500 years? You just don't jump back on the throne after a hiatus like that.
You're being too literal, Joe. It must have something to do with a date, don't you think, Nancy? I mean, when did Pakal ascend the throne the first time around?
I don't know off the top of my head, but the information must be in the museum somewhere.
I'm gonna say June. Sometime in June. That's the traditional month for throne ascensions, isn't it?
First of all, kid brother, June is the traditional month for weddings. And second, the date is not going to be in our Gregorian calendar. It's going to be a date on the Maya calendar, which has a whole different structure.
Frank, you are my #1 favorite know-it-all.
Oh, I'm so glad that we get to talk to them in this game.
This investigation is stalling. Any thoughts on how to get it back in gear?
See if your package from Honduras has arrived.
Talk to you later, fellas.
Later, Nancy.
Bye.
I guess we'll just go to the next day. Package. Beach Hill. Oh. That was not what I was expecting. I got it! Cool. So we got 2. I still don't know how to get into that box. I guess we should call that other lady again. Oh, what? Was I didn't realize I could look at this. Any...
Topeka Commission for the Arts. That's the organization Prudence Rutherford works for.
Okay, so it wasn't the pamphlet.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Rose is out of the office. Would you
Why is he out of the office?
Henrik, I received a note from your friends in Copan. I've got the Copan Fool Key. I still need the Pakal, though. How's your memory?
The tomb. Nancy, I hid the Pakal carving in the replica of the Pakal tomb at the bottom of the temple exhibit. Huh. Now, how did I think of that? And another thing, you'll need to get past that computer quiz. Sonny set it up with an impossible question. No one knows what Pakal was afraid of, but Sonny was petrified of the Coatamundi.
Oh, okay.
It's an ornery bandit with a narrow snout and a long ringed tail, much like a raccoon or a polecat.
Oh, Sonny. Oh, Sonny. Ding, ding. Only one question. Okay, you've successfully completed the quiz. And I completed all of this. Do I go in here? Dark?
It's too dark in here. I need a light.
Oh.
I better go back.
I'm sorry about the broken leg, Nancy.
Oh.
I'm sure you understand that we'll have to replace you as deputy curator if we're ever going to launch this exhibit. You are out of commission, after all. Nothing personal. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Not going in there. How do I turn around? No. Is there literally no way to turn around? Oh, okay, I can close the door. I thought that was one of those like bugs where it just, you can't fix it and you have to start over or load a save file. So I need to get into a better habit of creating more save files. Oh, is this getting a glow stick? So I'm assuming we can do this. The jade mask. Oh. There it is. Okay. Ah. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, I could just get a shot of the water. Now we can do this. I have a glow stick. Ooh. Spooky. Oh. This just brings me out here. Oh. Okay, that's convenient. So I have 1, 2, 3 keys.
Something's missing here.
Nancy, how's your investigation coming along?
Finally back in the office.
I'm making good progress, and the Pakal carving is safe and sound. But I'm afraid I can't tell you everything yet.
What in the world are you talking about?
I'm sorry, but I can't explain everything now. I'll take good care of the carving, I promise.
What can I say, Nancy? I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Do what you have to do, but let's get this mess cleaned up, all right?
So you'll call Joanna and invite her back to work?
I'll call her right away.
Thanks, Mr. Rose.
That's what I'm here for.
See if Franklin knows her. But I just was on the phone with him. Okay, here we go.
I need to contact a woman named Prudence Rutherford. I noticed she's on the board of the Topeka Commission for the Arts and that they've donated money to Beach Hill. Any idea how I might track her down?
Well, you're in luck. It so happens that Prudence and I sat on the panel of judges for the Kansas Speak No Evil Mime competition for 3 years in a row. Back when I lived in Wichita. How's that for a small world?
You judged a mime competition?
Indeed I did. I haven't talked to Prudence in about 10 years. but let's see if I still have her in this old dinosaur of a Rolodex. Yes, here we go. Got a pen? It's area code 785-555-7279. What's this all about?
I think Ms. Rutherford had a run-in with a red-handed thief, much like the one who took the Pakal carving.
You're a real pro, Nancy. Say, why don't I call ahead and let Prudence know what's going on? That way I can say hello and she'll be expecting you.
That would be great, Mr. Rose.
Not a problem, dear.
Thank you.
You have reached the villa of Prudence Rutherford. As you may have heard, the sanctity of my home has recently been violated. If you've reached this recording, it means I've gone to my quiet place. So please don't leave a message. You are welcome to try back another time. If you are calling about the Corn Growers Ball, rest assured that the show will go on as scheduled on the 9th.
The Corn Growers Ball? I guess we'll have to call her at a different time. There she is.
Thanks for clearing my name, Nancy. Honestly, I mean, what kind of moron would I be to try and ruin my own exhibit? Anyway, we need to make up for lost time. I need you to go to the storeroom and start unpacking some of those crates. One of the pieces has a fancy security device on it. The code is 0677.
Perfect.
Sure thing, Joanna. I'll see you later.
Semper ubi sabubi.
I still don't know what that means. Semper ubi sabubi. We're making progress. We're almost there, I think. So she said 0677. Perfect. Did she know I needed that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's just Prudence and then that other museum place. I'll have to call them back. Too many phone numbers. I'm not organized in my notes here.
Chaco Canyon Cultural Center.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew calling.
Hi, Nancy. It's Sheila. Well, we racked our brains. Finally, one of my staff came up with the original box that the carving was packed in. The piece was encased in a tight foam cast to prevent damage during shipping. I'm not sure how much good it'll do you, but I can send it to you if you like.
That just might work.
Henrik left Beach Hill as his forwarding address, so I know what to do. I'll send it express.
Thanks a million, Sheila.
Good luck with your investigation.
Thank you. So we just get a mold now? I don't know when to call her. Let's try later in the day.
Yes, hello?
Yes.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew calling from Washington, D.C. I'm trying to reach Prudence Rutherford, please.
Oh, yes. Franklin told me you'd be calling. Such dreadful news about Beach Hill. I will do everything in my power to help you catch those rapscallions. To think how they violated the sanctity of my domicile. Good heavens.
I love the word rapscallions.
I'm sorry to hear about your loss. What can you tell me about the necklace?
I can't even think about it. Oh, just the very thought of my precious necklace gone, stranded, orphaned, and in the hands of some dirty stranger makes my blood boil.
Where did you purchase the necklace?
Good heavens, one does not purchase such a piece. I inherited it from my mother-in-law. But you see, the necklace means much more to me than just a handful of priceless rubies.
Did the necklace have a lot of sentimental value?
Yes, I'm afraid it did. I had the necklace restrung to include an exquisite jade carving as the centerpiece, a genuine artifact of the ancient Maya. The carving is not only one of a kind, but a Rutherford family heirloom given to me by my great-grandfather when I was just a little girl.
Does the carving have any meaning that you know of?
It features a rare glyph. No one's been able to give me a precise translation, but most epigraphers have agreed that it has something to do with a snake, the color green, and the direction south. It's terribly fascinating.
About the theft, where were you when it took place?
At 3 a.m.? Well, I was home, of course. Lost in sweet slumber. I don't grace the social circuit the way I used to. That brazen fiend crept right into the bedroom and took my necklace away. Where was I? Picking peaches in the fruit-laden orchards of my dreams. I feel like such a fool.
Was anything else taken besides the necklace?
Nothing. Not even my brand new Dada. Synesthetic, interactive, organic journey? Ha! I always knew Dada was overrated. One moment, dear. Off! Off the sofa, you nasty beast! Now! What are you doing? What did I say about the sofa? Bad, bad, naughty bad! I'm sorry, dear. What was I saying?
Cat?
Problems with a cat?
What? No, I was speaking to my husband, dear. My second husband. Soon to become my ex-husband if he continues to crawl on the furniture like that. Anyway, what was I saying?
That's hilarious.
Oh, yes. Oh, they must have known. The rest of my valuables were left untouched. Frankly, I don't know whether to be grateful or insulted.
What about evidence?
The first thing I saw when I opened my eyes was this positively ghoulish red handprint on the wall. I nearly jumped out of my skin.
A red handprint was left at the scene of the crime at Beach Hill, too. Ms. Rutherford, I'm almost certain that these robberies were committed by the same person.
But why? What is so special about these carvings?
Miss Rutherford, I'd like you to meet Beach Hill's epigrapher, Henrik Vanderheun. Is there any chance you could fly out to Washington for a couple of days?
I'm afraid that's out of the question. The annual Corn Growers Ball is just 3 weeks away, and I'm the head of the steering committee. Besides, this whole thing has left me so out of sorts. I'm in no condition to travel.
I understand, Miss Rutherford. Is there any other way you could get me some more detailed information about the jade carving?
I can do better than a photo. The insurance company made this dreadful replica of the necklace with the idea that I would wear such a thing to public functions. Please. But I could send that to you if you'd like.
Perfect. Let me give you the address.
My secretary will have the address of the museum. Now, if that is all you will require, young lady, I will need to attend to other pressing matters.
Thanks a million, Miss Rutherford. I won't let you down.
Call me Prudence. Oh, and Nancy, when you find the villains who did this to me, do me a favor and give them a sound thrashing.
Oh,
You're
I
coming
will.
through loud and clear. Bye.
A sound thrashing. Alright, well, let's go to the next day so we can hopefully have that package. Here we go. Prudence. Nancy, please. In her voice. Nancy, please relieve me of these horrid fake rubies by offering them to the Maya god of refuse. If there is one, I have no love for imposters. Prudence. Thank you. Now we just need that one last package. It's there.
I bet I can make a mold from this foam core.
Okay, but how do I make molds? Oh, in here. Nancy, how do you know how to use this equipment? Okay, wait, so I got all of them? Oh, something about a cube, right?
According to Henrik's notes, I need to make a key out of these pieces.
No, that looks like it's supposed to go there. Oh, put this here first? Okay.
Now I have the key!
Okay. But this thing is still circular, though. We can't put the cube in the circle. What am I looking for? Wait. Do I use these?
Wow,
I do.
these are heavy!
Okay. Cool.
I'm not sure I can hold on to these stones for very much. Longer.
All right, Nancy.
I've got to put these things down.
I know. What, if she drops it on her foot or something? It's a second chance. Okay, here we go.
The poem said, when the first king ascends again.
6 Lamont. But I don't know what Lamont looks like. 6. Oh my gosh, this is super hard to read. Alright, 5. And a dot. And then I guess the other one I'm just gonna keep on rotating until it works.
I've already solved this part. I'll have to choose which side of the cube goes here. Nothing happened.
Trial and error, I guess. And okay. Ah! Do I go to a different side now? Oh, okay, so each side I have to do. Oh, lucky guess. Wasn't keeping track. Was it this one?
I wonder what's inside.
I don't know what I was expecting, but I didn't realize it was gonna be the scribe. Aww.
It's blank.
Who's your friend, Nancy? Boo.
Taylor Sinclair.
I knew it was you.
Who'd you expect, the Tooth Fairy? Looks like someone forgot her beauty cream. I guess we can't all age gracefully.
I'm sure she would say the same about you.
You've been a top-notch assistant, Nancy, but I'm afraid you're just not going to make it in the art world.
Am I supposed to do something? Oh, I can't access my inventory?
Why are you doing this?
Nancy, do you have any idea what that book contains?
This tomb and all of its contents belong to Mexico.
Finders keepers, I say. Nobody even realizes this thing has any contents. Won't they get a surprise when they finally open it up and find that it contains a 7th century scribe and a 21st century detective? Adios, Nancy.
No! Okay. What?
Something's missing here.
She says it so calmly. Something's missing here.
I'm starting to run out of air in here.
Okay, Nancy. Well, I'm trying my best.
Something's missing here. I gotta get out of here.
Ew. Okay. Nasty.
I'm suffocating in here. Let me out.
Bro, chill, please. Here. Okay, where did that open? Something else down below. What is this?
This may be the scribe's notes about Pakal.
Okay. Okay, got that. Now I go over here, open. Did it. Okay, that wasn't that hard.
Behold! Our heroine emerges from the tomb, like a mermaid from the sea.
Meanwhile, the foolish villain stews in the sour soup of his own miscalculation.
How are you out of the hospital
From deep in the
already?
recesses of time, a wise royal scribe whispers her thanks.
And a priceless chapter of history is rescued from obscurity. Way to go, Nancy!
What in the world? Ah! Confound you, Nancy Drew!
What did I do?
Dear Dad, it was great to talk to you on the phone last night. I can't wait to see you back in River Heights where I can fill you in on the whole story. Can you believe that your own daughter was recently standing face to face with a real mummy? Now that the scribe's book has been recovered, I understand how important it is and why Taylor thought he could make a fortune selling it on the black market. The book contains one of the only personal accounts of Maya life in existence anywhere. I'm sure it'll be a tremendous addition to our knowledge of the Maya once it's translated, that is. And now that Henrik's memory is back up to speed again, I'm sure he'll be itching to get to work on it. Taylor Sinclair won't be making any art deals for a long time, though, that's for sure. I guess I shouldn't be surprised about Alejandro's discovery that the Pakal carving's provenance documents were faked after all. When Franklin Rose and the board found out, they arranged to return the artifact to Mexico right away. Mexican officials are so happy to have the artifact back, they have pledged a new era of diplomatic relations with Beach Hill. Joanna sure learned her lesson about making deals with shady operators like Taylor. The board has agreed to give her another chance as long as she reforms her business tactics. And what else? Oh yes, Papi Dada's announced a new direction in her artwork. All her new paintings are going to feature, what else? Mysterious red handprints. So I guess everyone is taking off in new directions now. I'm going to stay and help this exhibit get launched. But I'll see you back at home in a couple of weeks. Have a safe trip home. Love, Nancy.
Wait.
Dear Nancy, Bess and George told me you're on a case in D.C. I hope everything is working out for you. I wish I could say the same for me. I'm planning on living here, but there's been some trouble. I think someone or something doesn't want me here. Please, Nancy, I'm afraid I can't stay here very much longer. I know you're busy, but I'm desperate. I need you to come out and investigate. Please say you will. Your friend, Sally.
Okay, first of all, that last bit there, if you've never played Nancy Drew games and you've only been following this channel, this is the first game where they introduce a sneak peek of the next game. Her Interactive would release 2 games a year, 6 months apart, so, you know, they were already working on the next game, so they showed a little sneak peek at the end of this for the next one, and so on. But back to this game. I actually enjoyed this game. There was a lot of talking on the phone, but there also were a lot more puzzles to do, especially with doing all of the things in the temple, which I applaud. I appreciate that there were a lot more puzzles, but you know, some of it was just kind of like running back and forth to find answers within the museum, which was a little annoying. I know, it was more like find the clues in the museum and, you know, the proper information for whatever you're looking for and then do it, but some of them were fun. Henrik just magically was all fine and he was ready to leave the hospital. No one cares that Henrik, you know, stole things and like he had good intentions, but at the same time, it's just like no repercussions on him. And they were all just standing outside waiting for us to open it up. I guess they couldn't open it up themselves. I don't know. That was a weird ending. You know, Sinclair seemed like the evil type, so he was a proper villain in the story. This was also a longer game too, but it was just getting through all of that dialogue. I hope you enjoyed this installment of Nancy Drew. The next one is Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake, as we saw, and I'm excited to play that one. As always, have a wonderful rest of your day, stay hydrated, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Semper ubi sub ubi.